Welcome to Coruzant Technologies, home of the Digital Executive Podcast.
Welcome to the Digital Executive. Today's guest is Jim Boswell. Jim Boswell is a recognized expert in healthcare technology, particularly in the intersection of artificial intelligence and clinical operations. With extensive experience in developing and implementing innovative technology solutions, Jim has established himself as a key leader in the field of healthcare automation. Currently, he is the CEO of OnPoint Healthcare, where he spearheads the development of Iris, an end-to-end provider efficiency platform that combines AI advancements with clinical insights to streamline workflows across the healthcare continuum. Under his leadership, OnPoint has focused on improving operational efficiency, enhancing patient care, and alleviating administrative burdens for clinicians and healthcare teams. Well, good afternoon, Jim. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Brian. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Appreciate you making the time for a podcast. Always my favorite thing of the day, getting to meet somebody new and sharing their story with the world. Jim, let's just jump right into your first question here. Your leadership at OnPoint Healthcare has led to the development of Iris, an AI-driven provider efficiency platform. Could you elaborate on how Iris integrates artificial intelligence with clinical insights to streamline healthcare workflows?
Yeah, absolutely, Brian. So what Iris does is we have integrated our artificial intelligence, which is for us is defined as a large language model that converts takes a problem in healthcare, such as clinical documentation, and we take that burden off of the physicians using our AI engine. And what we're able to do is take a highly complex physician-patient conversation and convert that to a robust clinical note integrated directly into the EHR. What this does, Brian, is this takes off a tremendous amount of administrative burden off the physician so they can focus on patient care. And the technology itself has advanced so much that we are able to do this work in a matter of minutes. But what we do, as you suggested, our clinical insights, we don't just use the artificial intelligence. We believe that AI is really advanced and it can do tremendous things. But we believe that the last mile needs to be basically have clinical insight. So we have clinicians, physicians that really kind of curate that note, curate our work to ensure that the accuracy, you don't have any hallucinations, you don't have any deletions and omissions. So we use AI plus what we call CI, clinical intelligence. So artificial intelligence plus clinical intelligence equals quality.
That's awesome. I love that. Jim, I've been in the technology side of healthcare for the better part of my career. Love healthcare. And through the years, I've seen, human scribes, right, do a lot of this work because physicians were getting burnout on doing a lot of clinical notes. No, I really do appreciate you sharing. And I'm glad that you're making this better for ultimately the patient, but you're making the lives of the clinicians a lot easier. Jim, the administrative burden on clinicians is a significant issue in healthcare, as we both know. How does Iris specifically address and alleviate these challenges to enhance operational efficiency?
Yeah, in the overall patient journey, from the time a patient, just schedules an appointment to the time that they are through the visit, there's a lot of administrative tasks that have to happen. And obviously the physician handles all the clinical, the physician and his nurse, but the administrative tasks have become more and more a burden. And what Iris does is we've identified the major fragmented aspects. We segmented that into 6 modules and processes, you might call them. And what we do is Iris does is we use technology and clinical resources to really take that burden off of the physician. So clinical documentation, one that I mentioned, but that's just one of the many administrative challenges that the care team has in caring for a patient. So what Iris does is, from a platform perspective, what we do is from the beginning of the patient's journey, kind of pre-visit work, all the way to post-visit, we pull those administrative burdens off of the physician and the care team. And there's more, and I can talk about some of those, what those modules are, but they're everywhere from clinical documentation to prior authorizations to, processing referrals, prepping the physician before he or she goes into the visit.
That's amazing that we're doing so much now in that space where we can look at not just the repetitive tasks, that AI can obviously do very easily, but we're doing more than that. We're prepping a physician before a procedure, or we're documenting the billing part of it, or some of the clinical notes. I just think that's awesome that we're taking it to that next level. So I appreciate the share. And Jim, collaboration between healthcare executives and tech innovators is crucial for progress. Can you share some insights from your experiences working with these groups to advance medical technology?
Yeah, I come from, and my entire team, we all come from the healthcare providers. I was with Baptist, my chief operating officer is from Mercy, and we run medical groups all our career. And the insights that I have, the insights that experiences that we've had is that, you got to develop your technology from the inside out. You've got to understand the processes, the healthcare processes, and the way in which the workflows are optimized. And then you go build the technology. So what we've done is we've developed those processes, and then we've brought in the innovators, the AI engineers, et cetera, and walked them through the way in which we develop the technology should be developed to meet the physician and the care team where they are. So instead of building technology and going out and finding, a customer, what we do is we basically find the customer or the process and then go build the technology around it. And what we have found with our clients is they appreciate that because it's got a lot of operational insights already built in to the technology.
Thank you. That's awesome. And you are truly focusing on the problem, but you're starting, as you mentioned, inside out, because you're looking at it from the clinician perspective and what do they see? So I really do appreciate that. And Jim, last question of the day I have for you is the integration of AI in healthcare often raises concerns about accuracy and reliability. How does OnPoint Healthcare ensure that its solutions, including Iris, meet the highest standards in these areas?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's a great question, Brian. We physicians have been trained and live under an expectation of perfection. We as society and patients expect that. The way we, as a vendor and a provider of service to the physicians and the entire care team, we hold ourselves to that same standard. And so when it comes to performing clinical documentation for the physicians or any other process that I mentioned, we always finish the job, or what we might call the last mile, with clinicians. And so that we lay eyes on every single aspect of the work to ensure that the physicians can look at it and quickly make their decision. So the direct answer to your question, which is a great one, is that we use the CI aspect of what I mentioned earlier. We sort of wrap it or curate our work with clinicians to ensure the highest level of accuracy. And our experience is that our clinical notes are at a 99% accuracy rate as determined by our user physicians.
That's awesome. Really is. We talk about AI a lot in a lot of different use cases in different industries, and sometimes it's okay, but when you're dealing with a patient care, we've got patients' livelihood on the line. Accuracy is most important, and as you know, hallucinations can really create havoc within a system. So I'm glad that you have that extra layer of quality control there from the clinician, again, QA standpoint. So I really appreciate you sharing that. Jim, it was such a pleasure having you on today, and I look forward to speaking with you real soon.
All right. Thank you, Brian. And I appreciate your time as well this morning.
Bye for now.